Canadian actors had to play. So for this reason, Hollywood films will still mainly cast the lead and supporting roles outside of Canada, and then come to Canada and get Canadian background actors. So they do still meet their quota. Coming up on our right is a building that looks a little bit like a bird. So this was originally designed to be a peacock, but in the eyes of many Toronto citizens, it looks more like a turkey. But you can decide for yourself as we pass through the intersection. The park on our left is known as Queen's Park. This was named after Queen Victoria. She never got a chance to visit the park, but she was the leader of the British Empire at the park. So I guess it's another thing, although it's fun to get the chance to visit. Queen's Park is a popular location for the beginnings of protests because of its proximity to the Pink Palace, or the Alberta, I'm from Alberta, that's why that's what happened, but to the Ontario Legislative Building. So Toronto is not the capital of Canada, that is in Ottawa, but it is the capital of Ontario. So this building is made out of imported sandstone, which is why it is nicknamed the Pink Palace. Of course, because of our good luck with fires here in the city of Toronto, half of it did end up burning down. So the city enlisted E.J. Levitz, the designer of Casa Loma, to help them rebuild the other side. Of course, he went over budget, and not only that, but he did build one side 1 story taller, so the building is no longer symmetrical. When we get to our intersection up above, you may notice that there are no skyscrapers at all behind the building. This is done completely intentionally, as there is a bylaw in effect that states that you cannot obstruct the skyline of the legislative building in any way. So when we do get to the major intersection in front of us, we get a pretty clear shot of the building without any major cars in the background. University Street is not only named University Street because there are many colleges here, it's also the home of our medical universities as well as many of our hospitals. Now, I personally can attest for the professionalism and kindness shown by all of the doctors, nurses, and staff at these hospitals, as I have visited Toronto hospitals 5 times in 3 years for 5 separate reasons, none of them for myself, but all for my same friend. And every time she's very happy and healthy. But we do joke that she should get a punch card for the 6th visit free. But right now we're going to be entering into our hospital district. Pretty soon on our right we are going to be finding the new location for the Mount Sinai Hospital. We saw the first location back in Yorkville at the Chanel flagship building. It's just this building coming up on our right, this big square one. So the building itself was started by 4 Jewish women who, when they immigrated to Canada, they noticed that Jewish patients and Jewish doctors were not receiving the care and the respect that they deserved. So they raised money and pledged to open a hospital that would welcome everyone with open arms. To this day, they still follow this motto. And here is the new and improved building directly in front of us here. The hospitals along this row were the locations for the first successful single lung transplant, double lung transplant, and injection of insulin to fight diabetes. So as a city, we are very, very proud of this area. It is also the location where all of the hospitals are connected by an underground tunnel system called the Health Network. So those tunnels are only accessible to doctors and patients and anyone transferring important medical supplies. As you can see, there is a lot of traffic, construction, as well as general weather elements in the city that we did not want patients and doctors exposed to when they're trying to pass between hospitals. So that's why the tunnel system was built, and only doctors are allowed to access it. So in front of us, this very colorful mural that you'll see here, in the top left corner is the Canadian icon Terry Fox. If you're like me and you grew up in Canada, you probably ran the Terry Fox run every September after school. But for those of you who are maybe from outside of the country, Terry Fox was a Canadian icon. He was a young boy who decided to run across Canada to raise money for cancer research. Along the way, he did develop cancer in his leg, and it did have to be amputated, but that did not stop him. He continued to run. Unfortunately, he did have to stop midway through because the cancer had spread to the rest of his body. But the Canadian citizens have taken up his mantle, and to this day, in the month of September, many schools as well as communities will organize their own Terry Fox runs, and in turn raise money for cancer research. And as a country, we have raised millions and millions of dollars in the Terry Fox mission for cancer research. So any building that has UHM in their title is connected by those underground tunnels. So pretty soon we're going to be coming up to our stop number 11 for the Art Gallery of Ontario, Chinatown, and Kensington Market. So Kensington Market is often confused with our St. Lawrence Market, but St. Lawrence Market is mainly known for its food, whereas Kensington, while it does have extensive food options, it's known for its row of vintage stores as well as retail vendors. Would anyone like to hop off at stop 11 for the Art Gallery of Ontario in Chinatown and Kensington Market? Alright, we do have people. So in front of us, this large glass structure that you can see on our right diagonal is the Art Gallery of Ontario. This structure specifically is called the Galleria Italia. It's designed to look like a fish swimming away from you, and it was named the Galleria Italia for the 25 Italian families that each donated $500,000 to build the structure. Inside that structure specifically, there is a cafe, so if you did want to get something to eat, you can get something there or downstairs in their bistro. And if you wanted to access Kensington Market or Chinatown, to our right on Dundas Street West, you would just walk about 10 minutes and you should get into the area. In front of us on our right diagonal, you can see an elephant that looks like it's made out of cardboard, but it's actually made out of bronze because leather pieces would not have survived Toronto summer sun. The Art Gallery of Ontario is completely free to everyone 25 and under, but if you are over the age of 25, you would have to pay a $25 fee. So the bus has stopped and it's safe to exit now. The next stop? We actually don't stop at 12 either, just because there's a lot of road closures.